Hey guys, it's Jade. Today's video is going to be something that I remember watching like all the time whenever I was going to be a freshman in college. So like this time last year, right before August, I just remember always watching all kinds of college videos, and I was always looking up tips and advice. So I just decided that after my freshman year of college, I wanted to make a video with my own advice, and I came up with 20 things to share with you guys. So I just wanted to make this intro short and sweet. Now let's get on to the video. The first piece of advice I really have is going to have to do with schoolwork, and that's to not get behind, because I promise you won't be able to catch up. I've been there. I've been in the situation where I've had to choose between going and doing something and doing homework, and I've chose to go do something, and then it puts me behind on my work, and it is so hard to catch up, and you'll be spending hours in the library and late nights. It's just so much easier when you get the assignment or the test to study for to just do it then and get it out of the way, and once you're done, then you can go play. Once you're behind, you're not going to catch back up, I promise. Going along with the school thing, I really recommend that you make friends in your classes, and I know this might not always be easy, but if you just find like a group of people you think you can get along with, it's going to really help. You guys can all sit together, and like in some of my classes, we started like a group me. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's like a group chat app basically, and you guys can just kind of like share tips on the class, or you can like plan study dates, or sometimes me and my friends would even get together and take quizzes for the same class together at the same time. You're probably not supposed to do that, but it worked. Even if they're just classroom friends, they don't have to be the people that you go out with on the weekends. They can just be the people that you talk to while you're in class about that class and when you're doing that homework. You should definitely familiarize yourself with campus and classes and where everything is before classes start. I know that EKU moves us in a few days before classes start. I assume that most colleges do that too. And what I kind of did last year was I just got my schedule, and me and a couple of my friends walked around campus a couple of days before classes started, and the doors were unlocked so we could go in and see where the room number was. Make friends with anybody and everybody. I know that sounds crazy, but if you get in the elevator with a stranger, it's not a bad thing to strike up casual conversation, especially on the first few weeks of school, because chances are, you know, especially if they're freshmen, they're not going to have like a whole big group of friends anyways, so they're probably looking to make friends as well. Going along with that is you don't have to always stay friends with the people that you make friends with your first 2 weeks of college. You know, you're going to meet so many new people within your first year, and you're going to click with some of them and some of them you're not, and it's okay to make friends with someone the first like week of college and then not hang out with them anymore, like you guys just weren't meant to be like good friends. But you'll still have that person, like if you pass them on campus on your way to class, or you see them out on the weekend, just like, oh hey, like I remember you. This one is huge. I think everybody should get involved with something, whether it be intramural sports, clubs, activities, Greek life, anything. EKU, Greek life is like huge. I didn't do it my freshman year, but I would recommend it just because it is such a big deal, and I know that in some colleges it's probably not as big of a deal, but I know that there are other colleges where it is a big deal, and I think it's a great way to make friends. Most of my friends are in Greek life, so I guess like I made friends through them and their friends, and that's how I got my friends, if that makes sense. This one is something that you probably wouldn't expect, and it's that drama doesn't stop after high school. It carries on to college. I'm not saying that if you're one of those people that keep your very close friend group, you have like 4 friends that you talk to, and you don't stray outside of them, that you're gonna have drama, because you're probably not. But like me and my friends and acquaintances and people that I was around, there definitely was drama. And I mean, I go to a school that not everybody knows everybody. Like, it's not a super small school, but it's also not a big like University of Alabama, University of Kentucky. Like, I feel like every time I went out on the weekends, like I was going out with the same people. We were all like getting to know each other. Like by the end of the second semester, everybody that did the same things kind of knew each other. I think it's like a college inside of the college, so that's where you and your friends and acquaintances and everybody will like have your different problems and your drama and your issues. This is one of my favorites, and thank God it's something that I didn't do or wasn't trying to do. But don't go into your freshman year of college, especially not your first semester, expecting to find the love of your life. I'm not saying that it's not going to happen, because I actually have a really good friend that did, find a boyfriend in September and they're still together and they're like the cutest thing ever. So yeah, it's possible, but it's not very likely. I know most freshman boys, sophomore boys aren't looking for anything at all. And a lot of girls are the same way. So for those of you boys, the girls are just kind of going to want to have fun and meet people. It's the same way. I feel like you just shouldn't go in expecting to find like your husband the first 2 weeks that you're at college, because it's really not very likely. And next is, don't go into college expecting to stay with your high school sweetheart, especially if there's a lot of distance, even a little distance involved. You guys are going to change and grow so much, and if you're not like right there with each other, and even if you are at the same college, there's a really good chance that you're going to want to branch out and try new things and meet new people, and things that like being in a relationship that you've been in for years in the past is going to hold you back from. And I'm not saying that it can't work or you shouldn't try to make it work, but I'm just saying don't have your hopes up so high that like the person that you graduated high school with is going to be the person that you marry, especially if you guys are going to colleges across the state. Like, just don't keep your expectations up so high that you get so broken whenever it doesn't work out. Next, I have annoy the crap out of your professors. I promise it'll come in handy. Like, I know that sounds really weird. I feel like high school teachers don't really like it when you annoy them. They're just like, shut up. But when it comes to professors, visit them on their office hours. Email them anytime you have a question, anytime you just want to check on your grades, see how you're doing. Stay after class, ask any questions, always be involved, engaged in conversation. They'll remember you if you make an effort to get to know them, and then when it comes down to time and it's finals and you need 2 extra bonus points, they're gonna be like, I haven't heard anything from you all semester and all of a sudden you want me to help you. Or they're gonna be like, this person has came to me several times, like, I know that they're really interested in this class and they really want to do good, so I'm gonna help them. Next is kind of a preference thing, but it's advice that I would give to people, and that's that you should go out on the weekends. And I'm not saying you have to go out every weekend, and I also know that that's just not everybody's thing. Not everybody likes to go out, but that is where I met literally almost all of my friends. Like, yes, I met a few in class, yes, I met a few in my dorm, yes, I met a few from other activities, but for the most part, I met all of my friends just like going out and doing things. I'm not gonna say like going and like partying every weekend, which, I mean, you know, like whatever it is, what it is, but I mean, that's how I made friends. If that is something you're into, it's definitely a really good way to make friends, so you should at least try it out. And if it's not your thing, like if you don't like the dark houses and the loud music and the crowded people, then you know, you don't have to do that, but I think that I recommend at least trying it. After moving in, you should introduce yourself to everyone on your floor. I'm not saying whenever everybody's trying to move in and everything's all over the floor and everybody's so busy, go like bust in their dorm and be like, hey, I'm so-and-so, like, it's so nice to meet you. And I'm not saying that whenever it's midnight and everybody's doors are shut that you should do that, but sometimes a lot of people will keep their doors cracked, and it's always good to just kind of knock and be like, hi, like, I just wanted to introduce myself. I feel like that's a really good way to make friends. A lot of friends on my floor, and like the funniest story that I love to tell people is the girl that literally lived right beside me. I didn't meet her until Halloween. That was the first party that I went to, I think, was a Halloween party. And I met her because I knew her roommate, and her roommate was like, oh, this is my roommate, and we became like best friends. You guys probably see her in all my pictures, videos. So I think that's so funny that like I didn't know her at all, and then after that, like, she's the one that introduced me to who my roommate was last semester. For those of you that like watched my move-in day spring semester vlog or a day in my college life, like that kind of explains that. Your RA is your friend. Whenever I first moved in, I always thought that RAs were like older people. I don't really know why I had that mentality. My RA was a sophomore. She was a statistics major, and she was always so helpful to my friends in their math classes, but I never had any. But she was always there for us and like anything we needed, and she would always like organize really good floor meetings, and she was just like, she was moral support. She wasn't there to get us in trouble. She was there to help. So you should really make friends with your RA more than being like scared of them and trying to hide things from them, because they're just like you. Like, they're a college kid, they've been there, and yes, they have a requirement for their job, but they're more than likely going to be your friend than they're going to be your enemy. You should definitely at least go to one tailgate, one football game, one something like that. But I think tailgates are so much fun. It's a great way to meet people and just like get involved in school activities, like go into games. I don't think I went to one basketball game. I went to one baseball game for like 20 minutes. I went to football games. I put that you and your roommate don't have to be best friends. Me and my first roommate were random roommates, and then after she went home, me and my roommate last semester picked each other, knew each other. She just lived by herself and moved in with me whenever my old roommate went home. So I got kind of lucky because I really liked both of my roommates. But if you have a roommate that like you don't like or you don't get along with or you don't know and you're like, oh, they're kind of weird, like that's fine. I was gonna make a video completely dedicated to roommates, so if you guys want to see that, then give it a thumbs up or comment down below and let me know, because I don't really want to go into detail because I have so much that I could say about that. But basically I just wanted to say that you and your roommate don't have to be best friends. You just have to tolerate each other enough to live together. Know your weeknights that you can go out. I know once spring semester came around, I feel like there was so much going on in the weeknights, and I don't know if that's just because like I knew more people and knew more things that were going on than I did fall semester. But I feel like if there was Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursday nights where people were going to the bars, we had bonfires. Like on weeknights we had we were going to people's houses, hanging out. There was things just going on all the time. And thankfully I didn't have any classes on Monday or Friday, and I only had one class on Wednesday at 6 p.m. So like I kind of knew like I could go out any night except for Monday night and Wednesday night because my classes were Tuesday and Thursday. What I'm trying to say is you shouldn't go out on a Tuesday night if your Wednesday morning class is at 8 a.m. and you have an exam, because you're probably not going to get up for it. Next I put go to activities, and I know I already said this with like games and stuff, but there's like on-campus activities and sometimes they sound kind of lame. But we have like midnight breakfast right before the semester ended, and it was so funny. Like a bunch of us went together and there was just like hundreds of college kids at midnight eating pancakes like the weekend before finals week, and it was just like a good time, and everybody got to be together and just like take the stress off your mind from finals. And I remember at the beginning of fall semester we had Wreck the Ravine, which was like the rec center came to the ravine, and we got free t-shirts, and they had like entertainment on the stage, and everybody just kind of hung out together, and it's just a good way to like socialize and make friends. So you should go to that instead of just staying in and being like, oh, that's kind of stupid. Go to the gym. Trust me, you're gonna regret it if you don't. Like do some kind of physical activity. You know, if you don't want to go to the gym, if you're just awkward and you think you shouldn't work out in front of people, go for a jog. Like on campus, I know there's plenty of places that you can safely go for a jog in the middle of the day. I'm not going to go into detail on this either because I wanted to do a how to avoid the freshman 15 video, because trust me, it is so real and it is so hard to avoid. So I was just like, wow, I really wish I would have had a video like that before my freshman year. So I want to make that. If you guys want to see it, let me know that also. I don't know how I feel about this, but I feel like kind of strongly about it. Not having a 4.0 is okay. And I know that that sounds kind of crazy for all of you that have had a 4.0 like your whole life. You're like, oh no, that's not okay. Like my parents would kill me, like I would kill myself. But college is so much different than high school. Like you're gonna fail a test, you're gonna get a B. Like yes, maintaining a 4.0 in college is possible. But like if you don't have a 4.0, if you have a 3.6, like don't kill yourself over it. Because college is a time where you should focus on your schoolwork, dig deeper, find yourself, have fun, make friends. Like you have to combine so much into your life once you start college, and you have to be an adult and you're gonna have to get a job. It's completely okay if you don't have a 4.0. It's great if you have one, but it's okay not to have one. Lastly, some of you guys might think this is bad advice. You should go to class because 99% of the time, like it's pretty helpful. You're gonna find information out for a test that's coming up. You're gonna hear something the professor says, and then you're gonna take a test and you're gonna be like, oh, I remember that, or you're gonna take notes, or you're gonna get a handout, you're gonna have homework, you're gonna have to turn something in. Like class is very important. You should go, pop-up quizzes, anything can happen. But it is okay to skip class sometimes. So what I'm trying to say here is if something comes up and you need to miss class, if you're sick, then don't like stress out and drag yourself out of bed, or don't miss out on something. Like I know I missed class probably more than I should have, but I missed once for a concert. I missed 1 week. I went to the beach and missed like 4 classes because our fall break was only 2 days. There were just days where I didn't go to class because like it was raining, or I wanted to go to jig or something fun. So don't do that. Don't be like me. But there are going to be days where you're going to have things come up and you're just going to have to choose between class and that. And I just wanted to say that, like, going to class is very important, but it's not like so important that you have to have perfect attendance all the time. You should probably be able to know like what's going on in class, like what you're doing. If you're going to have a quiz, don't miss. If you're going to have a test, don't miss. If you're going to be going over something important, don't miss. But if you know like tomorrow's going to be an easy day, I don't have anything to do, and something's coming up and you have to choose between going to class and going to whatever you have to do, then you know you can miss sometimes. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you found this like helpful, because I know that I really like lived off of college freshman advice videos whenever I was going into college, like I said in the intro. So if you did enjoy, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more from me. Like I said, I have so many college videos coming for you guys, and so many videos that I'm going to be filming while I'm at college that are like college related. Thanks for watching. Bye.